Hey guys, and welcome to another amazing episode of Let's Talk Africa. I am Miriam.
I'm Miriam too.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Cherry.
And you are watching
Let's Talk Africa.
We're shooting from a different location today, as you can see. We have props and everything. We're hoping that the episode is going to be catchy.
Yeah.
We're trying to attract more people. Alright, so today we'll be talking about depression. Depression.
Why are you depressing the whole mood, Miriam?
No, I'm not trying to depress.
We got an exciting location so that the people don't feel depressed just watching us.
Now the topic is depression.
We're talking about youth and depression, and the reason why we're focusing on just youth is because it's very rampant among youth. You hear this one killed himself, I'm depressed. This one went to drink sniper like juice because he's,
Jump from
depression.
building.
Exactly. So what
train.
is depression? Because I think Africa, we don't really know what depression is. Once you just come and say I'm depression, my guy, depressed, go. I better come on, Jare, or you tell your mom I'm depressed. Pray to Jesus, you'll be fine.
Just and bite it out.
Like the spiritual
My
problem.
enemies are here again.
So what is really depression, Cherry?
I think depression is a mental state of health whereby a person feels sad. Most times they don't know the reason why they are sad. So I think it's actually a build-up of bottled up feelings. So by the time you don't have somebody to share or talk to about how you feel, you end up feeling having these feelings all bottled up, and then eventually it gets to a point where you're not happy. Natural things that are supposed to excite you don't excite you anymore. And then you could be here where everybody's laughing and smiling, and you're just feeling down and you don't know why.
Like everything is against you.
It
progresses to the point whereby you it progresses to the point whereby you feel like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I feel so alone in the world. Nobody gets me, nobody understands what I'm going through, and you feel like it's time for you to take your life. It takes a process before it gets to the point whereby you feel like you can't take it anymore and it becomes suicidal. So I think that's what depression is. It's not when somebody hurt you and that's not enough for you to say you're depressed. You know a cause of why you're feeling that way. So
people don't even know that they're depressed. Some people just feel they're having mood swings.
No.
mood swings.
I tend to
swing is
disagree
different
with
from
you.
depression.
The fact that you said some people don't even know why they are depressed. I think it's an actual accumulation of problems.
Okay.
Maybe from family, workplace,
Yeah.
personal lives, and other things. So when you accumulate it,
All of those things
you
together.
feel depressed.
And depression, the only result of depression is not just suicide. Some people
It takes
going to drugs,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
people going to drugs, source of suicide, hard drugs and all.
Oh.
But do you think, but
because of
funny enough,
depression,
do you think that is everybody that do
pain away.
drugs that are depressed?
No.
No, not everybody, but depression leads to
Drugs
drugs.
is actually what you
Abuse.
enjoy doing.
No. I don't
You
think there's
feel
anything
okay, you
about depression
enjoy it, that's
that
why you
leads
do
to
it.
drugs.
How can you
it
take
does.
drugs because you're depressed? If you're depressed, you look for
drug abuse takes the pain away temporarily.
What
Suicide
pain?
takes permanent. The
Those
pain
things-
of depression,
Okay, suicide takes the pain off
Permanently,
permanently.
yeah.
While drugs,
Yeah,
just
drug
a
abuse,
little one.
yeah.
Well,
But
After your high, you get
okay,
your eye
let's say there's
gets
this young
clear and-
boy
cleared and
who's
you go
doing
back to
drugs.
it.
Exactly,
Hold
comes
on.
back.
Let's say this young boy that is doing drugs. How do I know that this person is going through depression and is not just using it for flex mode?
You won't know. How will you know when
You
the person
would-
is high? The
you-
person
you-
just want to
you
get high
would
and forget
not
about
know.
being depressed for a while.
But are there signs
Sometimes-
to know that this person is depressed? Because
There are.
some people that there's some people that don't know how to say their feelings.
Yes.
And I think it's very common with men. We always feel like as a
They
man,
can handle everything.
I have to be
It
strong
is-
all
it
the
is-
time.
it
So how can you
happens
tell
with
when
women.
someone is depressed?
As a guy,
Generally, whether you're a man or a
Generally.
woman, yeah.
The person can just
You can actually
the
tell
person can just
because okay, you know me as a happy person, you know me as a very free person, and suddenly you don't see such mood.
That being said,
I
there are
just
some
change.
people who can mask
Ah.
anything.
they're very happy people.
No matter how you
Yeah,
mask your
yeah.
problem, it will
And I'm
still
telling
know.
you that there are people that can
Yeah,
mask
there
it.
are
I'm
people
someone
who
that
can.
if
There are
I'm
some
sad
people who
right
can.
now, you won't even know.
You won't know
Because
it.
I can still be hyper, making
It's when you go back home.
Then
and
when
you're
I
like,
get back home,
But you know, if you really have good friends,
no, I can't be
if
depressed.
that person really have good friends, the friends will know.
So
that
that's why
person is
friends
passing
have to
through.
get to work.
Exactly.
Friends, family.
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
Yes,
they
no matter
should-
how much you're able to mask it, I should know if I'm able.
All right, so people are talking about this depression. How do you know that somebody is depressed? When does the conversation come up, like with your family member, and you sit there and say, "I do depressed." So how do we know how someone is depressed? What's the conversation like to know someone?
I think there mustn't be a conversation for you to know a family member is
is
depressed.
depressed.
You
Yeah.
just notice because that person has been your blood for a long time. So when there's a change in character, you should be the one to approach the person and talk about it. What's wrong? Why are you behaving this way? And I think the person should be able to talk.
You see, that's the problem now I have with Africans. You know that Africa is built on family. I keep saying this. Africa is family built. That's our root. So now we've had a lot of things. We have a lot of things that interest us more than family. We have the social media. We have sometimes we are staying in the same room. One person is watching DSTV, another person is watching Go TV, another person is on Instagram, another person is on YouTube. So we don't even have time to converse anymore as a family. That is busy making money. Mom is checking out the new and latest hairstyle, the new cuisine to cook, and then brothers are busy with football and all of that. When do you now have time to notice that another person is behaving differently than the person should? You see, so that's when this thing starts happening. So someone is here dealing with something on his or her own, and then it slips by because that is busy making money. He needs to pay the bills, and we don't even talk anymore. So by the time we start going back to that family goals and then talking to one another, doing dinner, eat together, drop the phones, let's forget about the pictures because we all know how to smile for the camera. Like we know the angles to bend and all of that. But beyond all the family picture, when was the last time as a family you sat down to talk with your kids? Or parents go around, okay, maybe when they're sleeping at night to see how is this person doing? Or mothers have a conversation with your daughters.
Family issue you're talking about, I equally know a situation that happened somewhere around my neighborhood that it's not about youth this time around. It's a child, a 5-year-old child going into depression, and it all started in school, where he has a 5-year-old. What could be so tedious that will make him that will make him go into depression, right? Yeah, I know it's really a good question, but the problem was he's in school, so he has a fellow boy in school is bullying him in school, making him sometimes they say, okay, go to school. No, mommy, I don't want to go to school. So it's not actually on youth. That's what I'm trying to make you understand.
Is that really depression?
Yes.
The boy has nobody to share.
He don't want to go to school
Mommy
anymore.
doesn't understand.
Mommy doesn't understand. Mommy is busy.
He's not talking to
Mommy
him.
is busy.
He doesn't have
Daddy is
anybody
busy.
to share
Nobody
his experience to actually tell him it's okay.
So what do you think?
You must go to school.
What do you
must go to school without knowing the reason.
What do you think that 5-year-old will result to as a way to escape from depression?
Eventually, this child feeling ignored by family,
Yeah.
no solace with peers. No,
he can do anything. There are
Anything
little
like-
kids that run away from home.
They run away from home.
Okay, you find out that mommy is always saying go to school,
and
go
they
to
take their
school.
lives.
He runs away.
All right, so we put a tweet out there talking about depression, and I'm going to read from the tweet, and it says, ever notice how school heavily blame depression in teens on social media rather than immense amounts of pressure, stress, and students feel from school? Do you think that school is a symptom of who caused depression?
Yes. There was a recent case of someone who killed himself because of he couldn't graduate from school since 2016. He took his life last week.
Is there enough reason to say that?
I think that's enough reason to
That's really not enough reason.
The inability for him to graduate. Do you know what it feels? Okay,
your mates are graduating,
you entered the school together, you've seen your mates wearing khaki doing NYSC, some of them are done with NYSC, and you are still in school trying to get 1 or 2 papers or pass 1 or 2 papers, and the guy got depressed.
There are people
he actually
that
killed himself because he couldn't graduate.
No.
He actually killed himself because he couldn't graduate.
Yeah,
that's what his mom
his
said.
personal decision.
Yeah.
That's his personal decision, but I feel it's not enough reason. Maybe there are some other problems that are actually accumulated.
Okay. Now let me tell you this. Do you know, a situation you can handle might be a very big thing for someone else to handle. You get me? So it can be light-minded.
Different mindset.
Yeah, I can handle something like that. I cannot result into something negative, but a small failure, like a fail, an F in one course can get someone depressed.
Yes.
Yes.
You need to say from that.
So you can't say you want.
Well, I think is that is a set of mind. Someone
See, I tell you, it's the way
it depends on what you can take.
If your parents make grades, put grades before how you feel. That's how you see some kids. Like if they can't get it right, they feel like they don't have any reason living because they only get parental attention when they get grades, good grades. That's when daddy pays attention to me. So you see people going out there to get grades in school. There is a lot more he could have done with his life. I don't feel school makes you depressed. School is actually a place where you could develop yourself, learn something. Okay, so that you become a better person. School is actually a place where you can fund your dreams.
Some schools that are really stressful. I went to a university where education was like a competition, and I felt like if you were not up to date, you felt like you were lacking.
You see, that's
I've seen people who try to jump off buildings, people who have tried to commit suicide because of the competition. Stress of the school.
See, once you decide to take your life because there's a competition going on in your class, competitions are supposed to make us better, but there are some healthy competitions. If you can't engage, there's a time where you tell yourself, okay, I couldn't do it this time, I'll get it there next time. We should be able to get to that point in our life.
No,
but I'm competing with people.
The thing is,
see,
not,
we are
not
different
everyone,
human beings. We have different races we are running.
Not everyone have this mindset.
Then that's why we should start growing it in them.
Like you said, okay, you feel, according to what you said earlier, you feel the parental brought up also affects the way a child thinks and handle serious cases that can lead to depression. But there are some people that they don't have a parental figure all their life, and they're still able to handle things like this.
Okay, because they know how to deal with things on their own.
So I don't think it have anything to do with the parents.
It does, because that's
parental
what
guidance.
that's
it
the
does.
first
Well,
thing you learn as a
if
child.
you are fortunate to have the parents, they should equally play a role.
Do you know there are sometimes that whereby a child doesn't get it right and the person comes back home, you're still celebrated, like, don't worry, you get it there next time. That child has a reason to keep trying. But when you come back home, you already know how you felt. See, when you're trashing somebody for what the person did wrong, come on, this person is already feeling bad. The person is already feeling bad. So you're adding to it. It doesn't make any difference. You're only making this person more depressed.
All right. So we're going to go to the aspects where people feel when depression has gotten to a certain stage that they start considering suicide. Recently, sniper was banned in Nigeria by NAFTA because people were using it as a means to
end their life.
Exactly. And a lot of people felt like that was not the way to tackle
the problem.
Depression. In fact, some people even felt bad about it. This is a tweet from MJJ Motivational who says, sniper helps with cockroach, mosquito, gecko, rats, and all illegal tenants in their apartment. Why should humans run to animals are running away from sad, painful things? Another person said, I strongly agree with the ban of this product because it has taken so many lives ever since it came into existence. Remember, every good side has a bad side, and every advantage also has its disadvantage. Now, this whole suicide thing and committing suicide is not only affecting the people committing suicide or the families, it's also affecting a particular business. So what do you say about the people that are taking it extreme?
But snipers shouldn't be banned, one, because even if there's no sniper, people will still commit suicide.
They'll come up with other ways to kill themselves.
There are knives, there are ways to hang yourself,
I think the government are just trying to reduce the rate by sniper is cheap. You can get it. Nobody will question you for
a knife is cheap. You can get a knife in your kitchen.
Do you know
that some people can't actually go through the pain? Sniper doesn't you don't just take it and then it kills you. It's a gradual process, and then eventually it happens. Somebody is not bold enough to take knife and just
Well, whatever it is, sniper is not the only way to commit suicide. I've had a friend who takes 30 chloroquine. 30.
To kill himself.
Yes.
Did he die?
People go to the extreme.
She was lucky. She was lucky she didn't die.
She didn't die.
This all I'm trying to say. Sniper shouldn't be banned.
This is also a tweet from a popular celebrity Rontan who said, banning sniper only tackles how people commit suicide, not why people commit suicide.
Exactly.
I would like going to dry up the Lagos Lagoon because people use it as a tool for committing suicide.
Exactly.
To truly curb the epidemic, we must focus on why people do it.
People commit suicide mainly because they are depressed. Now, do you know how much it costs to see a counselor?
Do they even have rehab facilities for people that are depressed?
Yes.
There are, but they
Firstly, it's important for the person to identify he or she have a problem before we think about
some people don't admit it.
Some people they don't even want to talk.
So admit it.
They know they have a problem. They don't even want to talk.
They wouldn't share.
They will just keep quiet and let it eat them inside. Now, okay, even if they talk, to see a counselor now, except it's a friend that can just try to do as much as he or she can do and stop. But if you see a professional counselor, it's very, very expensive.
Very expensive because most
the
of these
prices
guys
are over. They charge per hour.
They are private, so they put a lot into it. So they feel they should get. It's a business.
But do you think that if someone was depressed that went to a therapist, you would get the maximum, cure for it.
It's not automatic. I won't say it.
It depends on the person.
But it will help to some
extent. It's a work in progress. It's a step. You know, the thing about having a problem is identify you have a problem and then make conscious effort to solve it. Okay, and then by the time you walk in to an office, you're like, okay, I want to talk. I'm ready to deal with what it is I'm going through and not bottle it up. I think it goes a long way to help you psychologically than it does physically. It's a work in progress. Eventually, you get to that point where you're fine, and then you start getting prescriptions for antidepressants and all of that. But the first step is sometimes you don't even need to go to a professional. Talk to a friend. There was a time I went through a lot. I think that was last year. I felt so bad. I had this encounter. It was during my birthday. I felt like so many things I had planned for that year didn't go through. I didn't have friends I could talk to like that. So you know what I did? I felt like I was losing my mind. I ordered a ride. I told my friend to order a ride for me. And then I started talking to the Uber guy. This is a complete stranger, but that 40-minute ride, we just stayed there. I emptied my whole self to a complete stranger. You know, it was so relieving because I knew I could never have to see this person again. Yeah. So even if he wants to talk about my problem, he doesn't know me personally. He wasn't even my account.
Are you trying to say, okay, talking to a stranger might help?
It might help if you feel like you can't relate to your friends, because really friends these days are not really that. Know for this friend. Yeah. So some of them just want to know your problem so that they can share.
I will agree with her because actually I had a friend who committed suicide. I don't know, you guys must have heard the news in the University of Port Harcourt, a young first year chemical engineering student that killed herself. Wow. I knew her personally before she died.
You're such a bad friend.
Yeah. I was in Abuja. I was in Abuja when she committed suicide.
He was in Abuja.
I was in Abuja. Calm down. Listen,
how many people actually remember to give
listen, the thing was that
this morning.
Exactly. Let me finish my point. The thing was that nobody suspected she was about to do that. She came home. She was actually with a friend. They saw the movie. She was telling him, okay, this is what I'm going to. The guy took her out. They had popcorn, some movie and all. Nobody knew she was going to take her life that night. She came back. She saw her neighbors. She greeted them. She was all cheerful. Entered her room, put on her generator, and killed herself. Her body wasn't found on Saturday. She killed herself on Saturday. Her body wasn't found until Monday. Wow. So it was already swollen and all. Wow. So I can agree with her when she says you can talk to a stranger totally. When you know this person cannot talk to another person that you know.
Yeah.
And you know when they say gist. Some people say, there's a tweet I saw, they said people don't want to know your problem, they just want to know the gist. They can talk about it, you understand?
Yeah. So that is it. There's this thing I read about Patrick Kennedy. You know, he's very rich. His father was once a president and stuff like that. But do you know this guy was dealing with, he's a senator, okay? He works in the Senate, and then he was dealing with depression. And then he didn't know. People around him didn't know he was wealthy, he had a successful career. So what could be causing somebody like this to be depressed? Yeah. He has the money, he has the connections, he's famous and all of that. Until the day he realized it was critical was when he woke up in the morning and then drove his car into a public building.
Wow.
And then when he was asked what happened, he said he couldn't even remember getting out of bed that morning.
Wow.
So it's gotten to a point whereby he's depressed, he's taking some things to numb the pains, like maybe drugs or whatever it is he was on. So it was after that he realized that he needed serious help, okay? And then he had a family. So this guy came from a very wealthy family. So people get busy with their lives and then they ignore things like this. So it's not about school or money. Sometimes it's just mental disorder. Some people have problems.
So are you saying that depression is a mental disorder?
Yes,
in some cases.
Most cases, because it starts from the mind.
It starts from the mind.
Everything before you even think of taking your life, it starts from the mind.
And there are people that actually think that there's a problem that doesn't have a solution.
Yeah,
it's just a mindset.
And if nobody can get me, and
you don't understand. You tell somebody, the person will say, you don't understand.
Most people think money is the main reason why people go into thinking and into depression finally and end up committing suicide. There are so many cases where rich people kill
themselves.
Marriages. Remember, there was a guy that just parked his car at the Lagos Bridge, Third Mainland Bridge, and jumped into the lagoon.
In fact, there was a situation of a celebrity husband who almost jumped off a building at that time.
So it's not the money. Most times, it's not the money. it might be anything. And most times it's just something you cannot just carry. You get me?
See, let's just make it known to them that taking your life is not an option.
It's not
that's what's going to bring
and doing drugs too is not an option.
It's not.
It's
not.
It's not an option.
It's not.
That being said, so what would be your message to somebody out there who's going through depression and can't really voice out how they feel? They feel like if they do it, I'll be scarred, like I'll be tagged as, oh, that boy with depression.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody out there in Africa right now who's going through depression and doesn't really know how to communicate and really wants to get cured of this?
There's one thing about communication.
Yeah.
I see you, I know the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
So I don't come running to you with my problems, knowing that you can't help me in any way. There are people that just want to hear your story and then, she told me this. Another thing is you need to share. You need to share. If you can't share with your friend, you have a family.
Please tell the
if
men,
you can't share with your family, you have a pastor
or
an imam, someone there must be definitely someone you can share with.
They actually help. They actually help.
Okay, like she said, she shared with a stranger.
There are actually helplines online where you can share your problems.
Call me. I'll give you a call.
Exactly. You can talk to anyone.
Yeah, so sharing problems goes a long way in making someone feel relieved.
Okay.
So I would say family. Let's go back to the roots. Let's talk to one another. There should be a timeout with social media at home. If you come back home, don't bring your work from the office. Ask your daughter, how are you doing? You look beautiful today. I love you. Because these girls that commit suicide because their boyfriends left them, it's because they have daddy issues.
Okay.
Or sometimes don't have.
I want to ask you this question. Sorry, what if the depression is coming from family issues?
You talk to friends.
You talk to friends. You have friends.
What if you don't have friends who listen?
Come
there
to
must
me.
be someone. You have a pastor. You have someone you must share with.
Finally, we should at least have one person you can trust.
Even
if you can't trust somebody, you can trust Cherry. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you. But
you should open your own therapy center. They're really advertising.
I have a lot of friends that call me. I have a lot of friends that actually call me to share what you're going through. I try not to judge people.
How much do you charge?
I don't charge. It's actually free. Eventually, I'll start charging.
Cherry's therapy center, very free.
Very free. Just call me. I'm one phone call away. Trust me.
I also feel like when it comes to rehab facility, government should focus on making that more available.
Yes.
Because the ones that are available, they
private.
will cut your neck.
Some of them are full, actually.
Some of them don't even know what they're doing. So
booked.
make sure they are certified, make sure they are available, and make sure they are affordable for everybody.
And then they have this pen, they look at you and say,
The ones that are not affordable are full. They are mostly full with people that are mentally unstable.
Rich people that need unstable.
I mean the cheap ones now. They are full people that are mentally unstable, like the people who need psychiatric, like their mental issues
has gone far.
Yes, exactly. So they just kind of ignore people that just have they might just say mere depression because the person is not yet mad.
It's not yet critical. Let's not wait until it becomes critical. Let's curb it.
Exactly. Suicide is not the option. Drugs is not the option. Make sure you try and communicate with your family and your friends. We care about you. We really do. So please try and talk to people more. They say a problem shared, the problem half solved. Yes. So make sure you communicate with people. Let them know how you really feel. Thank you so much for coming on the show, guys. You guys are amazing. All right. You can also like and subscribe to the channel. You can follow the conversation on YouTube and on Facebook. Make sure you let us know how you really feel. If you have someone who is going through depression, let us know about it. Cherry is available.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you for free.
So make sure you catch us next time from all of us here at Concentrate Media. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. From all of us here at Concentrate Media. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.